Welcome to Sunshine Art and Drawing. Today I thought I would take you along on a morning on my day off. This is normally what I do. I'm getting up in the morning and it's dark in my bedroom because I was sleeping. My partner's left the door open and the bathroom door open so I can at least see around while I'm walking around. No point turning the light on because I'm about to just close this door. So let's have a bit of a go in here. Now here is my art studio. I'm going to use studio in little quotes because it's not an art studio. It's literally a desk in our spare bedroom. And I've set everything up, my computer and all of that stuff on this desk. And then I have a Logitech webcam that I record with. And I'm just turning on my computer now and we're going to get it all started. Now, let's also get the most important part of the day started, and let's turn on that kettle. I keep the kettle in here because my partner doesn't drink coffee, so going out to the kitchen constantly to make cups of coffee was getting really annoying, especially when I was painting, so I just put it in the spare room. It doesn't matter, it's on something solid, it's not going to go anywhere. Let's get some water to do some painting. Now I have a couple of glasses here, but I have literally 30 glasses. I just collect them from old food jars and things like that. You just wash them out, give them a good clean, and then you can fill them with water for doing art. You can also use PVA glue and stick paper to the outside of the glass to make them look decorative like I have. It's not permanent, but it does make the glasses look a bit more interesting. And I've used these a lot, so they do have a bit of wear and tear and paint around the edges and all of that sort of thing. But I like them. So let's pop these on my desk in my spare room, or my studio. I think it's such a weird name. I would never make this whole room my studio, most of it's storage. So let's get logged into my computer and get that blind open so we can actually see what's going on in here. I don't like turning on the lights during the day because the lights make the recordings kind of flicker because I have old-fashioned lights. So I've got a proper light here, well as much as a proper light as you can go. It's like an LED globe that I've just put in a lamp on a stand so that I can point that at my work and I get a little bit more light. And here's my web camera. And this Logitech webcam is, it's a HD webcam and it works quite well. But I have it, at the moment it's standing on a pole, and then to that is attached a GoPro mount, and then to that is attached a selfie pole. So that makes the kind of L-shaped boom that you need to hold the whole thing up. And there's my microphone there. So I'm using this blue snowball microphone, which is what I'm recording with now. And it actually sounds really, really good. I kind of like it. So let's open my software for recording. And I just use the built-in Windows camera app. It seems to work pretty well in Windows 10. You've got a few options here and there, like focus and stuff like that. And let's sit down and get started with making the most important part of my day, my coffee. So let's grab some coffee, and I'm going to grab some sugar because I'm a sweet tooth. And yeah, I know the sugar is still in the sugar bag and it really should be in a container. But I put some of this aside because my partner can't stand it if I get little bits of coffee in the sugar, so I just leave a little bit in a bag that I use so I can make a mess of it and it doesn't really matter. So let's make a coffee. I love a strong black coffee in the morning, so I am going to grab my coffee and a teaspoon, and I'm going to put 2 big teaspoons of coffee in there. And you might think that's a lot, but I've been drinking coffee for goodness knows 10 years now. And I know I need the coffee in the morning just to wake my brain up. And we're going to add some sugar. I figure this is how I work it out. I used to have coffee with sugar and milk, but I found that first thing in the morning, your body probably doesn't need the fats and the oils from the milk, but your brain needs sugar. Your brain runs on glucose. So if I can give my brain a little bit of sugar in the morning just to get it started, because I don't normally eat breakfast. I know it's bad, I should eat breakfast, but I don't. So I put a good amount of sugar in here. I have a little scoop that I use specifically for the sugar, but it still gets all messy. So let's pop our sugar in there. I think I put 3 scoops in there. I must have been feeling pretty sweet-toothed that morning. And yeah, tip out the excess. Even though I use a separate scoop, sometimes sugar, or little bits of coffee always end up in the sugar. Don't know why. So give that a stir and pop that to the side because that's going to be super boiling hot. and I can't drink it yet. But let's get my keyboard out of the way. I always dump it over here on top of the printer just to get it out of my way while I'm doing art, and get the sugar crumbs off of my piece of paper. Oh well, it doesn't matter. So I think this morning I really couldn't decide what to paint. I'm thinking about it and procrastinating, so I'm adjusting my book in the camera and all of that stuff and adjusting my camera, and I'm still procrastinating, and I haven't put anything to paper, and I've been up for like a good, I don't know, 10 minutes or so now, and I should really be trying to do something. I try to make art on my day off. It's sort of like what I'm really trying to do is that I give myself one day. That day is my art day. I do my art, I record a video, and I upload it all on the same day. I do all the editing on the same day, and as I'm recording this now, I'm editing. So it's a weird thing to do, but I think it helps compartmentalize my mind. So I have a normal job, and I work in IT, and I work on a help desk. So my job is solving problems all day. And I think because of that, I find when I come home, I'm still trying to solve problems. I'm still trying to fix things. And I need a way to switch off my brain. So I had no idea what to paint. So I just grabbed a paintbrush and I thought I'll just do something abstract and see what happens. So I'm just going to grab random colours from this Faber-Castell paint set that I have to the side, which you can't really see. And we're just going to put colours on the paper. So I'm going to speed up the parts where I'm painting just because I seem to be painting really slowly, and if I leave them in real time, they will be, it'll make this video like super long. So let's speed that up. So now we're waiting for this layer to dry. I'm going to take a little bit more of a wander around. I get really bored waiting for it to dry, but I'm trying really hard not to use the just trying really hard. I don't even know what's happening. I'm trying to describe what's happening. But I can't listen to what I recorded before because my speakers start repeating everything I do, and it makes it really difficult. It's very hot coffee. Okay. So now I've had a bit of the coffee and it was way too hot. I'm going to walk around for a bit and let it cool down. So let's go for a wander. So I wanted to see what it's like outside at the moment. So I'm going to take you with me and we're going to go outside. There's Pikachu from last week's video and a lot of my art supplies, but let's go outside. So as you can see, my house is pretty dark at the moment because I haven't opened any blinds. They're all closed from the night before, but we're going to ignore that and we're heading straight for the back door. So let's hop out. There, that's last night's dishes, as you can see. And yeah, because it was quite dark inside, my camera lost focus, but it will refocus in about right now. Yeah, it's a slow focusing camera. So let's go outside. As you can see, my backyard is really boring. I don't have any plants, I don't have anything like that. It's just boring. But out there's a bunch of trees, and those trees are filled with birds. So that's why I've got that little bowl of water for them. And I also put in this container that you'll see in a second, that's full of birdseed for them to eat. So I used to just hang the birdseed out for them to eat, but they would just make a mess of it all over the ground and not really eat it. So I found if I put it in that container and hung it up for them, they don't make such a mess. And there's my garden hose. I don't know why I looked at that. Just did. Let's hop back inside. See the paint flaking off my back door. Yeah, the place I live needs maintenance, but I rent this place, so it's up to the landlord to do that, not me. So let's have a bit of a look around. So this is my living room or lounge room or front room or whatever you call it. It's where the couches and the TV go. And there's just like a little bit of things down there. And I'm going to bring this blind up. Now this blind doesn't wind up. You have to hand roll it up, which is a little bit annoying, and it does get stuck sometimes, and it does fall off sometimes, but again, I rent, so I don't really have a way of fixing it, so I just roll it up by hand now. It's fine. It makes a bit of a noise as it rubs against the wall, and you can see my front yard. I live in a set of units, so we all share the front yard, and my unit is exactly the same as the unit across from me, and exactly the same as the other units. So if you look outside, it's kind of like looking at a mirror. It looks exactly the same. And I'm going to put up some more blinds because I like the light. It's nice outside today. It's not too hot. So we'll get some sunlight into the house and it'll look nice. I'm also going to have a look out the bedroom window and I'm going to open that blind as well. As you can see, it's still super dark in here. It's actually not too bad. I use as like a dark bed sheet as a blockout curtain to try and get it nice and dark in there so that we can sleep. And also pull that blind down as well. See, the blind is worse for wear. But I'm kind of used to living in this place. I've lived here for about 7 years now, so I kind of get that it probably needs some work. But, you know, it's not too bad. I'm back into my studio room, which you can see a bit better now. But as you can see, it's literally just a desk in a corner with, you know, a whole bunch of boxes and storage, because that's usually what a storage room is for. And we're going to do a bit more painting, see what that looks like. I might leave the camera here if I can. It's sort of hard because I want to put the camera in front of me, but then I can't reach anything to be able to paint without knocking the camera. So I end up just popping it on the side most of the time. So I just want to show you the sort of painting of the next layer. It's just a whole bunch of shapes that I'm popping on top. I really still have no idea what I'm painting. It just turned out really, really abstract, and I really kind of like the colours, especially like the really bright oranges and yellows. And it just looks really, really kind of funky and swipey and swirly. But we're going to let that layer dry, and then I'm going to take you for a wander out into my front yard. So as you can see, this is all the storage stuff. Here's some of my artworks that I've done, some of the Anzac Day ones, and also here's the puppy dog one. If you want to see some more of these, I'll link these in the info card or in the description so you can have a look at these ones, especially this cute little tiger cub over here. And here's some knickknacks and bits and pieces. I was just kind of looking at things that looked interesting. I love those two little panda bears. I think I got those from my mum. Let's have a bit of a look around. So now that you can see, this is my kind of lounge room, living room, and we're going to be going outside. So as you can see over here, here's more of my little plushy things. Some like little cats and dogs and a plushie Cthulhu. Just a bunch of plushy things and a bunch hanging up in that tree apparently. But yeah, I'm going to go outside. I feel like I'm losing my voice and I'm not even sick anymore. But before I head outside, I was about to walk out there, and then I remembered it's going to look really weird if I take like the recording thing that I've got with me. So I'm just taking the phone out of the little tripod thing and putting that down. And then we're going to head out the front yard. So let's open that door and hop on out. As you can see, my grass is looking a bit worse for wear. It has been a really long hot summer here in Adelaide in Australia, so the sun has really done a number on our grass and it's looking quite dead. But it's not completely dead, and I'm pretty sure if I water it, it'll be okay. But I wanted to have a look in this bird bath over here because I noticed that there's no birds in the yard, and I was wondering whether it's because there's no water in there. Sometimes I'll put like some seed and stuff out on the grass so the birds can have it. I do like the birds that we get here. We get Australian birds like galahs and kookaburras, and we get like a whole bunch of like crows and magpies and all different stuff. But definitely lots of birds. My favourite at the moment is these spotted doves. They're like a pigeon, but they've got like a spotty kind of collar of feathers around their neck. And they're really beautiful. And they make beautiful noises. And I've been trying to like make the noise that they make, hoping maybe that'll coax them to come closer so I can have a good look at them. But yeah, they're birds, so they're pretty flighty. They'll just run away. So let's take this water and we're going to go outside and fill up that bird bath. It's been a really long time since I've seen it full. So I don't know, maybe that'll help the birds come outside, or maybe it's just too hot and they've all just gone away for the summer and they'll come back when the weather's cooler. But we'll put some water in there and get the leaves and crap out. But the funny thing is, as soon as I put the water in there, I realised that it leaks and the water just goes all over the ground. Which is a little bit annoying, but we'll get the leaves out there and I hope some of the water will stay. Beds don't need a lot of water, they're only tiny. But it is a little bit annoying that it leaks so badly. I'm definitely going to have to fix it. So, if you have any ideas on how to fix it, I'm probably going to use some sort of like waterproof sealant. I assume people have fixed it before and it's just worn away in the sun. So it's probably something you just have to fix every now and again. Or maybe just get a whole new bird bath. I wonder if you could get just like the top of it, like a new bowl part. I wonder if that would help. But I don't know. Or maybe just put like a plate or a bowl in it. That would probably work too. I have a bunch of like plate type objects that would probably fit really well in there. So maybe that'd be worth a go, like just putting a ceramic bowl or something inside it. But I just wanted to make sure that front door was latched. I live in a pretty safe area, but it's just like out of habit because I've lived in some pretty terrible areas where you definitely want to keep your doors locked. But because we're kind of off the road here and no one really comes into this area except for the people who live here, it's kind of like pretty safe. But I did notice as soon as I went inside that my neighbour came home, so it was lucky I went inside. I don't know why, I don't like annoying my neighbours. And all the people who live here are probably a little bit more like elderly than me, so I always feel like I'm the young, annoying person. I don't know, it's probably just my anxiety talking. But yeah, just like that. So let's put my camera back on its stand so we can go and do a bit more painting. And clunkety clunk back on the stand. And let's go back in there. I just wanted to show you this one. This is one of the first watercolors that I ever did. And I'm really proud of it. That's why I framed it. And I did it with this little bear here. And I tried to really capture the blues and the greens. And it was a gift for my partner there. And I'm just walking in here because I know that the paint's not dry yet. So I'm just kind of looking around. There's nothing really in here. But yeah. I'm just kind of making it like trying to pass the time. And just checking if my neighbour's still there. No, of course she's gone inside. She wouldn't still be outside. But yeah, it was kind of a nice morning and it's really nice weather. I'm just going to open these windows up, try and let some air in the house. Open my bathroom window. It's a good shot of my bathroom wall there. There's me in the mirror for like 3 seconds. And yeah, all the junk and stuff. But yeah, I set my camera up here right in the window so that I could get fresh air as I worked, as well as get a good amount of daylight if I'm recording. And you can see all the junk that's in that corner, bunch of old Guitar Hero stuff, things like that. We'll get back and get comfy and we'll do a bit more painting. I'll just speed this up again. But I kind of figured this part in the front sort of looked like a face. So I painted it with some hair and gave it a sort of a face, and I don't know why it looks sad. Maybe it's just the way I was feeling. I kind of feel like I need to get out in out in the good weather and stuff, but it's been so hot lately that it's sort of difficult to sort of leave the house and go and do stuff. Like, if you plan to go out and do something, it's always going to be so burning hot, you'll end up sunburned or something like that. So I'd been avoiding that. But I hope you like this artwork. I hope you guys have a sunshiny day. And thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to see any more of my videos, I will have a playlist coming up right now. Bye guys. See you next week.